Hi everyone, this is Beyond the Veil Media, and I thought I would explain a little about what the channel is. And when I say Beyond the Veil, sorry, my dog came out. I think a lot of people feel something is off and just don't have the words to explain it, or maybe can't. And I think this channel is about not telling you what to believe, but instead broaden your horizon, thinking outside the box, just keeping an open mind, and asking better questions, most importantly, and learning how to look a little deeper beyond the layers of things we've been taught to accept at face value, right? So when I say the veil, I'm not talking about anything mystical or fantasy or dramatic. I'm just talking about the many layers, like peeling back an onion. Layers of information, perception, perhaps, belief systems, and systems that just shape our reality in general. You know, because most of us have grown up inside of this, not realizing what was behind these many layers. We were just taught to accept everything the way it was, right? Growing up. So down to our education, down to media, down to religion, down to culture, science, all of it filters our reality and perceptions in one way or another, right? I think we can all agree with that. But why do so many people feel like something is off? Because many of us are confused, right? And things just don't quite add up. So it's not because they're crazy, no, or anything like that. It's just because we're living in a time where information is everywhere, and not everyone is understanding it. You know, that's where discernment is key, and asking better questions. So this channel isn't about exposing secrets or claiming hidden truths, but it is about exploring questions that don't always get the space to be asked. So we'll talk about ancient history, faith, science, consciousness, institutions, and even why we are being drawn to ideas like sci-fi or conspiracy. Not to believe everything, but to have a better understanding of why we're even being drawn to them in the first place. And this is where discernment comes in, because one thing that does really matter is discernment. It just means holding ideas without immediately accepting or rejecting them. You know, it just separates what's documented from what's speculative, and being honest about the difference. And why this matters now, this channel, is because I think learning how to see beyond the many layers, beyond the surface level narratives, is one of the most important skills we can have right now, because we have freedom of speech still, but many places like the UK and Australia and Canada seems to be trying to crack down on that more and more, as we see, and we've seen what's happened already in the past. So we don't know how long we have this. And we just need to be more grounded and thoughtful and self-aware, you know, of the many different things we're skeptical on. So what you can expect on the channel, we'll look at different patterns across time, from ancient civilizations to modern systems, to exploring how perception, belief, and power interact. Excuse me. And it'll involve sometimes history or science or faith or different institutions. Sometimes questions that just doesn't have a clean answer. And if that sounds like something you are interested in, then I invite you to stick around. And if you are watching this, I'd really like to know what topics you are interested in next. Maybe ancient ancestors, or science, or consciousness, or institutions like the Vatican, or any institution for that matter. So thank you guys for being here, and yeah, stick around and like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, have a great day.